What's up, guys? Rick here with my top 5 sleepers for this week's AT&T Byron Nelson. These are golfers that are a little bit further down the betting board, maybe a little bit cheaper on your favorite daily fantasy site that I think are worth a second look this week. And of course, with TPC Craig Ranch being a new course on the PGA Tour, there is certainly a lot of speculation. So if you think I'm wrong, that's fine. You think I'm right, that's great too. Hopefully we can continue the conversation and figure out what the best plays are. Obviously, plenty more content coming this week. The DFS preview already out. The betting preview coming shortly, depending on when you are watching this video, and plenty of live chats to boot. So just make sure to follow along. But otherwise, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into this week's sleepers. Keith Mitchell is $8,000 on DraftKings, and he's 85-1 to win this golf tournament. And this is our classic perception versus reality kind of mindset here. Many will look at his third place finish last week as a failure because he entered the final round with a 2-shot lead. He had a 3-shot lead after one hole, but anytime Rory McIlroy chases you down at Quail Hollow, it's okay. Look at what the metrics are. Unbelievable off the tee for Keith Mitchell last week. He gained over 7 strokes in that category. He was great with the irons, and I'm trying to figure out if there would be a better course for Keith Mitchell to go to than TPC Craig Ranch. This is a course that I believe to be very wide open off the tee. So if you hit it far but not very accurately, that seems to be the fit. And what does Keith Mitchell do? Exactly that. He is 17th on tour in strokes gained off the tee and 31st in distance. That means he is hemorrhaging fairways. We'll put it that way. He does not hit many of them. 191st on tour in driving accuracy, but I don't think that is going to be that large of a concern this week. We know this recent run of good play from Keith Mitchell goes back more than 1 week. He played great at the Zurich Classic with his partner, Brandt Snedeker. I think he has plenty of upside, and I think most people are going to treat his week at the Wells Fargo as a failure, and it most certainly was not. Next up is Peter Uilein. He's $7,600. He's 100-1 to win this golf tournament, and he made this list probably just 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and I think it is well-deserved that he is back on the Sleepers video yet again. Remember, he's splitting time between the Korn Ferry Tour and the PGA Tour. His most recent start last week on the Korn Ferry, he finished 7th. So now his last 4 Korn Ferry Tour events have resulted in 1 missed cut, a win, a runner-up, and a 7th place finish. He's feeling it. He's feeling it on the Korn Ferry, seemingly playing good golf across both entities at the moment, and I think we're just going to continue to ride a golfer that is playing well. I've said it countless times. The line is absolutely blurred between the Korn Ferry Tour and the PGA Tour right now, and Peter Uilein trying to prove that this week in Texas. John Catlin is $7,200 on DraftKings and 175-1 to win this golf tournament. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what the American can do in America. He plays primarily on the European Tour and he wins a ton. 3 times in his last 15 starts, including just 3 starts ago at the Austrian Open. He is a bit more volatile than a lot of his peers, but the winning upside is certainly there. It is well deserved that his world golf ranking is now below 80. He's the 78th ranked player in the world. He won in Spain. He won in Ireland. He's actually won 8 times across all of his tours in the last 4 years. So he's certainly no stranger to the winner's circle. I do not think he is going to win this week's AT&T Byron Nelson, but I'm excited to see how he competes and if he can contend over here on the big tour because he's had so much success on the European side of things. This is a bonus one. Quick shout out. Vincent Whaley. He is $7,000, 175-1 to win this golf tournament. Does it again at the Wells Fargo Championship. Finishes T26. That is now 7 consecutive cuts made, with all of them coming the last handful of them coming between 26th and 36th place. It's unbelievable. It's steady. I don't even know if this counts as an actual sleeper, but shout out Vincent Whaley, who continues to find success. Will Gordon is $6,800 and 300-1 to win this week's AT&T Byron Nelson. And remember when Gordon was catching so much steam from the industry when he was trying to get a special temporary membership, and then there was just like a lot, like you were playing him a lot even after that. I think this is actually a really good spot for him. Again, TPC Craig Ranch, we don't know much about it. From what I can tell, from what I can see on the flyover videos, there is not much trouble off the tee, and if you bomb it and don't hit a lot of fairways, this is a good spot for you. So what does Will Gordon do? Well, he's fifth on tour in driving distance. He's 36th, however, in off the tee. What does that mean? This guy cannot find a fairway. 181st in driving accuracy. So that is, there are probably not a ton of courses where that translates, where you can bomb it around without regard for where it goes. But I think TPC Craig Ranch is. There's only a couple of tee shots with driver that I think could get him in trouble. The rest, I think he can kind of hit it anywhere he wants, and he makes enough birdies. He makes enough eagles, especially in this field, to potentially make some noise. He's way too far down the board. I could probably not draw up a better spot for Will Gordon than this week at Craig Ranch. Finally, Josh Teater is last. He's 300 to 1 and $6,600 on DraftKings. And he kind of does it opposite of Will Gordon, where he hits a lot more fairways, doesn't hit it as far, but he finds a way to get it done. He's now made 7 consecutive cuts. That dates back to the RSM Classic at the end of last year. So he hasn't played a whole lot, and more frequently and more recently, he has played on the Korn Ferry Tour. His last start was here in Vegas out at Paiute, where he finished T22 at that event. So he's headed in the right direction. I think he makes more birdies than people want to give him credit for, makes enough eagles. I think that his distance is not going to be too much of a hindrance. He's 178th. He's going to have to take advantage of some of those shorter par fours and hopefully try to get home in 2 when he can. The par fives are not very long, which should bring back some of these shorter hitters into play. And Teeter's a vet. He knows how to compete. He knows how to grind, and he knows how to get things done. And at this price, really, if he just makes the weekend, you're probably thrilled with that result. There you go. My top 5 sleepers plus one honorable mention, one shout out for this week's AT&T Byron Nelson. Very difficult week to try to handicap and figure everything out, but let me know how I did. Tweet me at RickRunGood. Leave a comment below. Best of luck this week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.